This is the Meadowlands Arena after 10 years of being closed. Still sitting right by the American Dream Mall in the Meadowlands Sports Complex.
And again, if you look at it from the way how they kind of painted it, it almost looks like how the arena looked like when they first opened it, like in the 80s. Because like the doors, they're like a basic color, and like the outside was mostly just white, but except the front would say Brendan Byrne Arena.
As it was the place that I saw my first monster truck show, but it's also a place that has some history. And today, we're going to take a look at this location. It is a long overdue video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. This is the history of the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Meadowlands Arena officially started construction in 1977, and the arena was supposed to open on July 14th of 1981. However, it actually had its first concert on July 2nd of 1981 and had a few more afterwards. All 6 concerts being hosted by New Jersey's own Bruce Springsteen.
New Jersey's new Brendan Byrne Arena will be full tonight. The Garden State's own Bruce Springsteen returns home to open the new stadium in a sold-out concert.
And Springsteen rocks the Meadowlands. Roseanne Coletti live at the sellout. All of that and more when we return. Inside this afternoon, workmen were putting the finishing touches to satisfy last-minute needs for tonight's opening. The smell of paint and the heavy odor of adhesives used to tack the flooring filled the air, and so did a great feeling of accomplishment and pride. Even though the official opening isn't until July 14th, the arena had decided to have its first show tonight, mainly because it was a Bruce Springsteen concert.
Oh, it's like a historic event. It's like, I put in the same category as when I saw the Beatles.
Then everything was finished and ready to go on July 14th of 1981, as the Brendan Byrne Arena officially opened to the public. It would have concerts, shows, and the New Jersey Nets. And 1 year later in 1982, the New Jersey Devils officially joined the venue. Now, the Meadowlands has 2 teams in this facility, within just 1 year of its operation. In terms of monster truck history, it's been a little scarce. There is 2 footages that I managed to find, one being from 1986 and another one being from 1989, both being hosted by the USHRA. And Monster Jam actually had their very first stop in 1993 at the Meadowlands Arena. However, I couldn't find any photos or any videos to go. So pretty much only the commercial is the only sign of proof that this event happened.
On February 5th and 6th, live at the Meadowlands Arena, it's Motor Jam. Hold on to your seats. It's the Ford U.S. Hot Rod Motor Jam. Bigfoot versus Gravedigger. Rough trucks, two-wheel drives, Robo-Wars, and more. While most people are talking about the economy, we're doing something about it. All kids, just $8. That's right, $8. February 5th and 6th, Meadowlands Arena.
Other than that, it seems like everything is either lost media or possibly hasn't happened in the area. But it's still fascinating to see the arena at its early stages. In 1996, they gained a new rights deal for the name of the arena. Continental Airlines officially became the new sponsor for the arena, now named Continental Airlines Arena. The doors were now painted blue also and the Continental Airlines logos wouldn't just be on the front of the building, but there would also be some banners hanged on the top of the roof. Now for monster truck footage and photos, it seems like there's none, as I tried to look and it seems like there hasn't been an event that happened at the arena at that time. But however, the arena would actually have some pretty big moments, including in 1996, hosting the NCAA basketball tournament, being named the Final Four. This was held in 1996. In May of 2007, the Devils would play their last game at the Continental Airlines Arena before moving over to Newark's Prudential Center. Following this in 2007, the arena would now go into a new deal, now going under IZOD. Now it was known as the IZOD Center starting that year. And in 2008, This is where I saw my first monster truck show. Monster Jam invaded this location in 2008, and I was able to see this. And thankfully, there's footage that does exist of the event, featuring Gary Porter and Gravedigger, and other trucks like Monster Mutt and Thrasher. I do have glimpses of memory, but still, I'm very glad that footage does exist of this event that still holds very dear to me. In 2009, Monster Jam would once again go to the location. However, this time there'd be a different change in the lineup, this time having trucks like Superman, El Toro Loco, Eradicator, Backdraft, Medusa, and more. And in 2010, the Nets would play their final game at this location, moving over to Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Now, the Meadowlands Arena, or at the time known as the Izod Center, would officially now only be hosting family events and different types of shows. Meanwhile, the other two locations that we mentioned would have the sports from here on out. 2010 and 2011, the arena would have Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, a unique event that would have 8 monster truck superstars go into freestyle competitions, while also having a crazy halftime show with freestyle motocross, quads, BMX bikes, and so many others, with crazy light shows, which is something definitely better than what we had today. This would go on for 2 years. In 2012, it'd be back to standard events, but this time with Advanced Auto Parts having a larger part. 2012 will feature the 30th anniversary of Gravedigger, and in 2013, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger would officially make it there for the first time ever, plus would also feature the debut as well of Bounty Hunter at the location. In 2014, as the As Big As It Gets tour was going on, this would be the last time that the arena would look something like this with the track, as at that time, there would also be Adam Anderson and Gravedigger the Legend going on, as well as the legendary Black Stallion with Mike Vauders, as well as Mikey Vauders and Overkill Evolution just starting off his career before becoming a huge name just 11 years later. On January 15th of 2015, after a long run, it was announced that the Izod Center would be closing after a few months. So just a few events happened during that time period, and one of those being Monster Jam during that month. And for some odd reason, this was the one event that I completely missed out on, because I honestly didn't think that they would go this hard. This track, a lot of people still talk about it to this very day. A track that has so many cars on track, making it look like an arena pod. They would also have little spotlights inside of the track, and there would also be some other unique trucks in the lineup, making it a very memorable event with a bunch of highlights. But this one was definitely one of its kind, and from seeing all the videos, I definitely missed out on this one. And it still has a lot of people talking, even to this day, 10 years later after the event took place. And I think Monster Jam did a good job into sending the fans home away happy after seeing their last show at this arena. Then Maroon 5 had the honor to have the last concert to be held at the facility, and then the final event ever to take place was Ringling Bros and Barnum & Bailey in March of 2015, marking the end of the Izod Center and the Meadowlands Arena's run in the Meadowlands.
Angry Izod workers crammed into the small room where the New Jersey Sports and Exposition Authority Board met today. They pleaded with the board not to shut their workplace down.
We have our benefits. The most important thing, my benefits. Right now, if this arena closed down, I'm losing my benefits.
2 Bergen County state senators called closing Izod a hasty move and an unwise one.
To close a facility of the size and importance of the Izod Center without even knowing, without having put out a request for proposal, how can that be a good business decision?
So the plan disclosed yesterday is to close it by the end of this month and transfer the existing concert schedule to the Prudential Center in Newark. Bergen County's loss will be Essex County's gain.
Now, I've had conversations with the folks at Barclays and Prudential, and just recently I met with the folks from 555. Okay? They all want to see this building in some way or another, or have an interest in operating this building as in one way or another as an entertainment complex.
I am very suspect about the fact that this arena is losing $8 million. Doesn't make any sense to me.
It's been less than 6 months since the curtain was officially lowered at the Izod Center in the Meadowlands Sports Complex in East Rutherford, and many nearby business owners are feeling the financial fallout.
It's a big loss, both business and, sentimental.
He's not alone. Just across the street, another East Rutherford business is suffering. Park and Orchard restaurant owner Ken Gephardt is reporting a 5 to 10% decrease in revenue. It was back in mid-January when the New Jersey Sports and Exposition Authority voted to pull the plug on the more than 30-year-old state-owned facility, citing millions of dollars in losses. Some, like Democratic New Jersey State Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg, argue the sudden closure had less to do with the arena's bottom line and more to do with politics.
Reports that show that Izod was having the best quarters ever. So there are a lot of serious questions here.
Under the agreement, the Prudential Center paid state officials $2 million for the shutdown and rerouting of Izod events to its facility. It also required that the Izod Center remain closed for at least 2 years. Business owners are hopeful that a private entity will swoop in and redevelop Izod, preserving it as an entertainment venue.
Then all the events were moved to the Prudential Center. And okay, I want to bring this up. I don't know if this might sound rude or what everything, but I wouldn't mind about the events happening at the Prudential Center because, the facility is not bad. I've been inside of it. It's a nice little place. But the surrounding area is just, it just doesn't make me feel safe. Let's just put it that lightly. And that's why I have a problem with the closure, because at least with the Izod Center, it was a little bit more open. In 2021, it was revealed that the Meadowlands Arena might be torn down and replaced with a new convention center. Well, then the report came back, and it came back, and it came back. And here we are in 2025, and nothing happened. So, they're hoping for possibly it to be torn down and then made into the convention center by 2028. But for the amount of time that it's constantly being pushed back and the whole thing not being approved, yeah, I wouldn't really be banking on this. Let's just keep this up in the air, but not fully go all the way as I originally thought. And for the year 2025, 10 years after the arena initially closed, the arena opened up once again, this time for a New Jersey Film Expo, as filming in New Jersey suddenly became a little bit more popular. So there was things on display and people were able to walk in and take a look. Crazy enough that this happened 10 years after the place closed as an arena for family shows. This now actually had stuff for people to look at, and it seems like everything came full circle in some capacity. And as of 2025, the arena actually looks fresher than when it did when it initially closed. When it initially closed, you could kind of see the outlines of where the Izod Center was, with the red still being on some of the posts of the arena, and the red door still being there, and everything kind of looking a little dirty. Now, the arena actually looks like it's been painted and polished, and heck, there's no red anymore on the arena. And heck, even the doors have been repainted as well. The arena almost looks like how it did back in 1981 when it was the Brendan Byrne Arena. That's why doing this footage outside of the American Dream Mall is just not only nostalgic, but it's also a little bit of goosebumps in there too.
There's the doors. Again, again, I think I pointed this out the last time, but it looks like the doors actually got repainted.
They might have.
It looks actually fresh. Again, I'm wondering if they're ever going to do anything else in here. Is this it? It's a little dirty up there.
Seeing an arena so historic and so old still sitting is quite mind-blowing. But now it's only a matter of time before we figure out if the arena does come back, or if it actually does become the convention center that has been proposed. But only time will tell. The convention center has still been brought up, but still nothing. The arena actually also has been used as a soundstage for certain shows, and it's also been used for concert rehearsals as well. But believe it or not, I'm not done. As next time, very soon, we'll be talking about the stadium side of things, from the original facility to the one that you know today as MetLife Stadium.